Yeah, so here's a strange one. I mean, I say strange one, looks like a moped. Not a moped. It's legal, UK legal. It's supposed to be UK legal. We'll find out more about that. Anyway, I'm going to take this out on a run. This is the Erider, which I believe is the 18 model. There is nothing that tells me which model it is. So have a watch me and see what I think about it after it. Hey, hi everybody, me again. Always is, that's why you're watching the channel. Right, this is the Erider moped bike, right? I'll give you a look around it before. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Now I miss, and I do miss, my motorbike because I don't get to go out much. Sorry, we always start off in Pothole City and we'll move down. So I'd seen that I buy e-bikes that are broken to fix them as well. It's not just that, you know, that we get them sent by companies and stuff. So every time I see one that looks a bit unique, I always want it. And this, when I say it's unique, there isn't much stuff on the internet about this bike at all. I say bike, it is a moped looking style thing. Now, before I went out anywhere and done anything, I needed to make it legal, because I'm not going out without making it legal. And to do that, you need to take the throttle off. So when the throttle's off the bike and it's going to about 25 kilometres an hour, i.e. 15, then that's it legal. This is more like a motorbike than I'll ever know, scooter-wise. I like big scooters. I got moved on to them a while ago. So I suppose when I'm going to give my review of this today, I'm kind of giving my review of the fact that as an e-bike and motorbike, because I've been on both, so I know the difference very well. I've been on lots of motorbikes. I think it's 60 now I'm up to. So this is one that I've wanted to have a shot of. I have gotten a scooter that I've never had a shot of because I've never got around to fixing it yet. But this one didn't take me very long, so I fixed it and I thought I would go out in it. I mean, the first thing that I do notice is that you pedal. Everybody thinks it's a motorbike, right? And when you pedal it, my God, it really goes, like it will shoot off. The suspension is actually really good. I don't know if you'll be able to tell that through the camera though. And when I'm cycling, I'm not really cycling. These e-mopeds, I always thought they were just for looks, obviously, to make it look as if you're pedaling when you're not, and the battery's doing it all. So I've got mirrors on it, I've got indicators, I've got full lights, I have got a bottle holder, I've got a carrier bag kind of holder, I've got a back box, I've got a wee bit of space underneath the seat. So specs on this, as I say, because it's very hard to find, I suspect that it's the Erider 18. And with that model, if anybody's got any details on it, it'd be great to share them with me. I was going to give this to my daughter, but I am not sure that she'll be able to handle it because it is a bit nippy. Because when it fires off, its power, it goes into full power. Everything that I've got on it is in kilometres. I can't find anything where to change it. I have tried all sorts of things as well. Nothing's going to work there. Brakes wise, it actually brakes how a moped will brake, which again is weird. I wouldn't expect it to be like that, so it's not like an e-bike. Don't expect fantastic braking, but it's not terrible. The screen is massively bold, which I'll show later on as well. It comes with an alarm and a mobiliser, which is nuts. On the alarm and mobiliser part, you can actually unlock the bike without having to need the keys if you've got them. Comes with 2 sets of keys, as any bike would do. It's really strange though, because some of the monkey bike e-bikes that have been out, are you alright? Some of the monkey bike e-bikes that I've been on, when you go and jump on them, your knees are normally up at your shoulders. Right, that's me in the main road now, so hopefully the bumpiness won't stop. He laughs because we're in Scotland and the roads are crap. So yeah, normally your knees are up really high and you can't get sitting on it, but this literally feels like a scooter, an actual 50cc scooter to me. The way that it goes, apart from it's really quiet, I don't need an MOT on it, I don't need insurance. I just need to make sure I stay within the UK regulations, which I'm doing. Because if I wasn't doing out the box, the company, I don't know if the reason that the company disappeared is because they were turning around and telling people that it was legal, and it wasn't legal ever. The throttle takes you out of that position straight away, being legal. So indicators in the front and the back, which is very handy when I'm coming to junctions. I've not really tried this on hills, so I'll get to see whether it is a true 250 or not then at that point. It is a very wind up and go bungee cord type of thing. But when I say this is strange, and probably one of the strangest reviews I think I'll end up doing, is because I don't know where I would tell you where to buy this. I have no idea. There's, apart from the second hand market, there's nobody got them for sale, like at all, which is so strange for an e-bike, because anywhere you look, you know, you'll find guides how to do different things, how to unlock, change, modify, but this, there's nothing. And isn't it funnier that I'm trying to look how to turn it to UK legal, and it's harder to find how to turn it to UK legal than it is to do things the opposite way. But when I say it's comfortable, my God, it is comfortable, this. There's room for two, but the problem that you're going to find with the room for two is that there is pegs for the back passenger to sit on. But with the pegs, the weird thing is with them is when they come out, if you were trying to pedal this, you will hit somebody. So if you're looking for something to go out that's a bit different from an e-bike and you're not really pedalling, I mean, it just looks like you're pedalling. I'm not putting any effort into this whatsoever, which is great today because, to be fair, I'm feeling really out of breath and rubbish and I wouldn't be able to handle it. I was wondering myself how I was going to feel on this. Would I like it? Would I not? Is it rubbish? Is there any use for it? But certainly, see if you were going to your work and you were wanting something to take you, I definitely think that this would be something that would do good in that. So this is on a slight hill now. The bike's pulling no bother at all. It's really quite good. But yeah, you could save yourself a fortune. I'm going to guess charging this will be buttons. You know, it can't be really much because, granted, although it's a 48 volt battery that will charge up to about 53, 54 volts, it does take a while. But I suspect that's because when I was putting this one back, I needed to balance all the cells back up and things, and I like to check it over 2 or 3 days just to make sure before I go out for a shot on it. Because if I'm selling it on to somebody, I want to know that everything's okay with it. But yeah, this bike is crazy. It's crazy how they can even call it a bike. You know, with looks and everything. It can fit in the back of the Cubo car. It seemed to be absolutely fine with that as well. But yeah, would I recommend this one? I would, yeah. Do I have anything to tell you where to, Marie, go in? Do I have anywhere to tell you where to buy it and everything? No, I don't, but have a look out for it. I suspect the e-scooter, which is very, very similar to this, would be the near exact same, because they are 48 volts as well. In fact, it was the e-scooter battery that I put in at the start to make sure that everything was okay with it, and it's pretty much the same. This is built a bit better, I would say, because it looks even more like a moped. There is a throttle there and that stuff, you know, if people want to put it on and that stuff, you're on private land, it's fine, go ahead, do it. So yeah, the Erider 18, what a weird bike. I mean, this is really weird. Fun, lots of fun. Now, the weirdest things that you're going to find that I'm going to tell you about are really strange when you go and have a look. So when you go and have a look on the internet, you're going to find out that the site's really closed down and that they don't speak about any of the models that they've got. Trustpilot's got a score about 50-50, which isn't terrible, isn't great, but that's what they were. I did find when I was out in this, though, it was going about 80 to 20 mile an hour. I mean, it's good, it's obviously over the legal limit, but I was turning my feet quite fast at the time to get that. So if you were just pedalling along gently, it will stick to the proper, 50 mile an hour. The throttle I have disabled just so obviously I wouldn't get any trouble. So it's got a 20 amp hour battery which lives underneath the seat. A scooter batteries fit, and I know that obviously because I've got a few of them, because you pick them up pretty cheap actually, and they'll just plug in, no bother. Charging port is down here. It's just like a kettle plug, if you like, that's going down the bottom of there, which is nice. approximately I would think you're going to get about 35-40 miles to charge that. I know I seem to be oddly specific, but it's just it never really went down at all when I was out there, which I expected it to go down, you know, to half or something, especially my weight and the hills that I was trying to go. It weighs about 50 kilos. It is a beast. I mean, it is a beast. Right, and I mean, you will fit it in the back of a car, but it will need to be like a Cubo Berlingo type. The kilometres on the screen, I cannot turn that off. And when you look, and I'll take you round the bike, you will see that there's lots of stuff in the screen, but none of it works. And it's not that there's anything wrong with the bike, it just doesn't do anything. This bike, the reason that I'm doing this review is because you see some of these coming up on the for sale ads and things like that. And when you do, I like to think, because, well, the first thing I'm going to do is maybe have a look on YouTube or anything, or somebody else's thoughts on things. There's not many videos on this. I wanted to give a video because I wanted to say, look at this, this is really strange and I like it. And it is really good. I mean, even down to the silly wee details. And when I say silly wee details, look, foot pegs for passengers. I mean, it's like pockets in a dress for a woman. You know, it's great. It's just the only problem is when you do that, though, is you've got to watch when you're trying to pedal. Only because I did try and get the daughter on the back and I kept kicking her foot and she, oh God, you know, teenagers. So, yeah, so just going round the bike, it's giving you a good look at it. I mean, look at that seat for comfort. Everything is well made. Pedals. There's fold-in pedals as well. Handy wee bit for somebody. Yeah, so as I'm saying, the screen, it'll be hard to see in this light, but hopefully we'll get something. I don't know what that does. That's the light, headlight. And we have got the horn, indicator, other indicator. It's good it tells you on the screen. Another horn, and then we have got light. That one's to make it brighter as well. So as I say, kilometres, I cannot find it anywhere at all. Tell me how to change it to miles, because I would prefer it was in that. You've got the wing mirrors. And the front of it. I mean, go and tell me that you don't think that that is a actual scooter bike. Just how you open the seat, so you've got a tiny bit of storage here. You've got the kill switch, which is great as well, just in case there's any problems. That key down there only opens up for the battery, so there's nothing there to see. And then the small back box, got that, so yeah. Well, anyway, this bike, what can I say much about it? Would I buy it? Yeah. Am I going to sell this one? Because sometimes I will sell the ones in the channel. Maybe. I don't know. And the reason being is it's so strange. I think I really love it. Especially when you've got things like an alarm and a mobiliser and everything just works on it. There's no problems with the bike at all. And you can go further than normal and not have to really do anything. So if you just want out and no push, this is probably a bike for you. So Erider, maybe they will get back in business. I don't know. Or did they shut down just because they told everybody that it was legal and it wasn't? The strange mysteries, eh? Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you in the next one.